Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to Project Elizabeth. We haven't got much more done, well, we haven't got any more done than you saw in the last video. Still got this wing sitting there, it's on the car, as you can see. Not polished up, looks a different colour, looks more a different colour through the camera. But I'm hopeful it might actually match, but it doesn't actually matter because I managed to find one in colour, which is winging its way, haha, no pun intended. Anyway, enough of my stupid face, let's get on with it. Let's have a quick chat about where we're going, what we're doing, and so on. Stay tuned. So, it's a couple of days after I initially painted this wing, or not this, but you can't see it, it's out of shot, but it's over there. So I painted that on Saturday. I saw some of your comments from the Instagram picture that I posted, which said it looked a bit dry and there wasn't enough paint on it. So I actually gave it another coat, and a really nice thick coat. But, I mean, it's orange peely. But some of it is glossy and some of it's not, and I did lay the paint down really thick. There is not a run in sight. It's laid the paint down really nice. Just there is quite smooth. You come over here, you can hear it when I'm doing it. Hear the difference when I'm rubbing it. But I put loads and loads of paint on, so I don't really understand why. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on. Only sort of, you know, temporarily, but I'm going to put it on. I'm just going to suspend it by maybe 3 bolts, see what the colour is like. If the colour is anywhere near, and I'm not convinced it's going to be, but if the colour is anywhere near, then I'll do some more work on it. I've got some clear coat, I've got some 2K clear coat, I might even put that on it and see if that can get it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on, see if it matches, or anywhere near matches, and then I am going to, not today, but I'm going to polish the hell out of it. I'm going to cut it back big time and see if I can get it more shiny, and then polish it and see how it comes out. If it's no good, then I'll strip it back and I'll try putting some 2K over it. This is always going to be an experiment. If I pull it off, I'll be well pleased. If I don't, then, you know, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? But, you know, I've got a compressor down there that I barely ever use. I'm not sure that it's got enough oomph, but I might end up getting myself a spray gun and trying it properly. I found a 2 metre by 2 metre gazebo that I can get for about 55 quid. And I thought that would probably be good enough. I don't need a big one. 2 metres by 2 metres is more than big enough that I could stick up in the garden and do it. But let's give it a try. Put it on the car. I'm just going to set you up. We'll put it on the car and then we'll have a little gander and see what it looks like. Right, let's have a look. Let's just move that bumper out of the way. Don't look bad actually. You know what, it don't. Colour wise it looks alright. But at first glance it just needs to be a bit glossy. Let's just suspend it by a couple of bolts. I'll put one in down the bottom as well, just to pull it in a bit. Actually, let me get this ladder out of the way now. Painted my ladder. Right, let's just get rid of those out of the way. 10mm socket, right, there we go. Let's pull that out a little bit. So it's only going to be temporary. Right, do that up. Right, now bearing in mind it's not shiny, it don't look bad, you know, it don't look bad. Let's get you off and have a look. I don't know, I mean the car is wet as well where it's been raining, but, and it's never a fantastic through the camera, the colours, never fantastic, but you know what? I don't reckon that's bad. You know what? I might even get away with that if I can get it to be shiny. I just want to polish it now, but that'll have to be something I'll do later on in the week. If I can get that to shine and be nice and smooth, it's a cracking bit of painting, I tell you. Even if I do say so myself. As much as it's not smooth, it's equal. Yes, of course, there's orange peel. But considering I've never done this before, and it's a rattle can, and I've come out well. It really has. Some of it, I mean, there's a little bit of orange peel on it. It's not that bad, actually. You probably can't see it through the camera, I don't suppose. But it ain't bad. I mean, when I'm looking at it through the camera now, it looks completely different. I suppose it does look a little bit lighter than the door, maybe. If I come around here, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Whether it's going to be good enough or not, I don't know. I really don't know. It's more deceptive, the fact that it's not shiny. But we'll leave that on for now. And then we'll come back later on in the week, polish the hell out of it, and see what it looks like. I'm just going to put the bonnet down and compare it there as well. And I might even push the bumper in as well. I'll take the tape off and push the bumper into place. See how it compares to that as well. Bear with me one sec. Obviously the gap here needs adjusting and what have you, but that looks alright, doesn't it? What do you reckon? I think it might be a bit light, but I think as I say, I think it's just deceptive because one, it's dry and it's new paint and it's not shiny, so of course it sticks out like a sore thumb. But I don't know, at least it gets a wing on, you know. As I say, if I have to take it to the paint shop, once I get a door on, because it looks like the door, I haven't picked the door up yet. I was supposed to be getting it the weekend and then couldn't. Then I was supposed to be getting it tonight, and the bloke's not coming back to me now, so I've sent him a text message on 2 numbers I've got for him, and he's not coming back to me for some reason. So yeah, so I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get it tonight, but hopefully this week at some point I'll get it, whack the white door on, and then that's going to have to be painted anyway, possibly by me, apart from the fact I've got to strip it all down, which is a bit of a pain. But I'd still rather do it myself, but I don't know. We need to see how this comes out first. Anyway, that's enough for the time being. We'll come back when we set up and polish it, and then we'll evaluate it then, I guess. So now the car's sort of, you know, no rain on it. Bearing in mind that, you know, the car, although it's cleanish, it's going to be, you know, some bit of paint correction would be going on with that anyway, if we weren't renewing the door. Now it's dry, although it's not shiny, so I don't know what's going on with this direct gloss. I've put after someone commented, I think I did another video that I'm going to slot in, I can't remember now. I lose track sometimes. I'm doing so many of these videos on so many different cars, I lose track of what I've done and what I haven't. But yeah, someone said that should be shining and that as direct gloss, which yes, I agreed, it should be, and said it looks a bit dry, it looks like it needs more paint. So I did actually give it another coat, and I gave it quite a heavy coat, and it's not made any difference whatsoever. So as much as it doesn't look like ordinary paint, I don't know what it's called, ordinary paint, you know, not direct gloss, it's not glossy. So at the moment I don't know whether to just try giving it a polish and see what happens, or just put some lacquer over it. I've got some 2K lacquer, a small can, which I think would be sufficient to give it a couple of coats. So I think I might give it a polish up and see what it looks like. I'll start off with a heavy cut, I think. If it doesn't, I'll strip it all back, and then I'll do some, I'll put some 2K lacquer over it. As I say though, I have found one. I managed to get one. How much was it? 90 quid, I think, in colour. They had a driver's side and a passenger side, but I thought I'd just buy the driver's side, passenger side, as that's all I need for the moment. No doors still. Now I've got a white door coming. The one I was meant to be picking up, I've just not been able to arrange with a bloke to pick it up. So I sort of was in the process of cancelling the order, and I thought, this is just silly. I can't, you know, I sent him messages and I'm not getting any messages back trying to arrange to pick it up. So I did a cancellation on eBay, and he sent me an eBay message with a question mark, which I didn't reply to, and he rang me about half an hour ago and said, what's happening with this door and this wing? So I bought a white wing and a white door from him, and I said, well, I'm here, you know, hopefully Sunday maybe. I said, you know, I've been waiting to hear from you. I wanted to come and get it Wednesday evening, and he said he might be able to get it dropped over to me today or tomorrow. So he's going to ring me back in a bit and let me know, so that'll be handy. I said, if you can deliver it to me, I said, I'll give you another tenner. He's only well, south east London really. He's in Brockley in south east London, so it's not that far, but it is in London traffic. It takes too long to get there during the day. It's an evening job. You've got to go in the evening really. But if he's willing to come and deliver it to me, I'm happy to give him an extra tenner. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get that. So what I'll probably do certainly for the time being, while I do the rest of it, I'll stick the white door on it. If I can't get, I still think this could be repaired. I think it's too much for me to do it. You know, I tried bending this bit out and it weren't having any of it. It wasn't budging. Possibly if I use the Porter power tool on it somehow, I might be able to do it. But it's not that bad really, when you think the rest of the door is absolutely perfect. So I thought to myself, if that wing don't work and I put the new wing on it, which also doesn't work, I'll stick the white door on and get the whole lot blown over. But the wing will match, whether it's this one or the new one that I bought. One of the others will work. So that means putting a white door on and getting it painted, which I don't really want to do. It's unnecessary expense, but I don't think I'm going to be able to repair that. I mean, I suppose what I could do, if I was to put the white door on temporarily, take this door to a body shop and say, can you repair this please? And then get it back and put it back on. That might be the most economical way of doing it, because they could repair that and then just blow it in. That might be a better idea. I think I might do that actually, because it just seems too good to throw this away, this door. So yeah, I think that actually is what I'll do. So yeah, we'll come back on that one, but yeah, that's it for that. So what we're going to do today, well, I'll tell you now, because you probably won't be seeing this video until Wednesday, because there'll be another video coming on Sunday. I'm getting a new car today. So I won't waffle on too much about it now, because if you've watched Sunday's video, and if you haven't, go and watch it. I will click a link, I'll put a link to it above now. Click on that. So, because the new car's going to obviously come here, I'm going to have a go at polishing this. I'm going to stick the wheel back on. I might have a little go at the bumper as well, see if I can repair that, warm that up, push it out, repair the dents, the scratches and what have you. See what I can do with that. Stick the wheel back on, and then depending on what time, I'm not sure what time the car's coming yet. It's coming from Bristol, so I'm not sure what time he'll be here. Yeah, as you know, Project Rosie is finished. Project Rosie is sold, and she's out there, and she's being picked up tomorrow. And just around here, the driveway is empty. But that will go here, that will go there. I'll put that there so the new one can come down here. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get on with this. Let's try and get this polished up and see how it comes up. Let's do it. Right, so what I used, let me show you what I used on this. So I started off with the Menzerner heavy cut. Started off with that. I then went on to, oops, the Ferrecla, I don't know, I'm not sure how you, I don't know how you pronounce it. Ferris, I don't know. Anyway, yes, G360. That one was recommended to me by somebody. And it actually does a good job. But I thought I'd give it the heavy cut first. And then I finished off with the Mur Ultimate Shine Polish. Now, there is still some orange peel in it, and it's not as shiny as I'd like it. But I'm not satisfied that it's good enough to be the finished product on this car. However, considering it's my first time doing this, it's pretty good. There is, as I say, there is still some orange peel in it, and it is not anywhere near as shiny as it needs to be. I say shiny, it's relatively shiny, but it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. So, because I've got that other one coming, I'm going to put the other one on, but I'm going to keep this and I'm going to carry on working on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to strip it all back, not paint, strip all the polish and what have you back. I might cut it back a little bit more as well. And then I'm going to stick a couple of coats of clear coat over it, because colour-wise I don't think it's too bad, although it does, you know, I say that, it's, you know, you can see that it's different. It looks the same as the bonnet, it looks the same as the A-pillar, pretty much. Bumper looks different, which of course they always do, and it does look lighter than the door. So I do think, and I know this is a difficult colour, but based on the fact of how well the paint's laid down, even though, you know, I've got some orange peel, as good as the paint is laid down, it makes me a little bit more confident in doing this. And I think not confident enough to do a door, but if I can get this, I think I'm going to abandon the direct gloss in future, and we're going to go for normal base coat and lacquer, because it's just not glossy. It should have been glossy when it was put down with minimal polishing, but it's not. I say there is a shine to it, but not shiny enough. Could probably get away with it, but maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but colour-wise it's not right enough. So I'm going to leave it on for the time being. I don't know when this wing's going. I don't know how it's coming, because there's a postal strike for 48 hours. I don't know if it's coming by post or courier or what. So it might even come today. But for the time being, I'm just going to put the wheel back on and move the car back out the way after I've done the had a go at the bumper. So I'll put on with the bumper. I will put that. I'll get when I get to round to the painting part of that. I will do use the direct gloss that I've got. So I've still got 2/3, 3/4 of a can left. So I will use that, and then I'll just polish the hell out of it. And if I blend it in on the bumper, it should be okay. Hopefully I won't need to blend it in on the new wing, because I don't really want to do that. But as I say, for a first attempt, and considering the biggest problem is the slight colour difference, for a first attempt, I'm pretty pleased actually. It's come out better than I thought it would, but not good enough. Not good enough. You know, if you're walking around the car, you know, you look at the rear quarter, it looks a bit shiny. That just looks a little bit matte. It looks like it's not finished, because I guess it ain't, is it? It needs to be glossier than that, which of course the clear coat will do. But I want to try and get rid of some more of the orange peel as well before I put clear coat on it. So yeah, let me know what you think of my efforts. And I know you've said it's not enough paint on it. It is, trust me, there's lots of paint on there. Lots of paint. But it's just not glossy. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to have a go at this bumper. See what we can do with this. I think I'll put the wheel on now, because if that new car turns up, I want to be able to move this out of the way, really. And I don't know what time it's coming, so yeah. I'll be back. I'm not going to bother showing you doing that. I'm just going to get on with it, and then I'll show you it afterwards. I doubt if I'll get it painted today. I might get it filled, possibly rubbed down. I might get a bit of primer on it, but yeah, I won't worry too much about getting the paint done today. But I just want to get this wheel on and get on with it. So yeah, that's it for the time being. We'll be back in a bit, and we'll show you. Hopefully, we'll show you it in primer. Right, we're getting there on the bumper. It's looking pretty good. Matches perfectly actually. From here it certainly does. It's had one light dust coat and then one heavier coat. I'm going to give it one more coat, and I will, due to obviously the issues I'm having with the shininess of the wing. The more I look at it, the more it looks alright, you know, this wing, but it's not up to it. So yeah, so I will clear coat this as well, but I'll try and do it at the same time as I do the wing. I'll take the wing off to do it, but because obviously I'm getting to get the other wing on there. But I've also got a bumper that I'm going to paint white as well. That's on the new car, which of course I don't need to worry about. I haven't seen the car yet, but by the time you've seen this video, I would have got it, and you would have got it. So I'm not quite sure what time he left Copart at Bristol. I'm not sure how long it is from Bristol. Maybe, I don't know, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm sort of expecting him any time now, really. So I need to get this final coat done, let it dry for a bit, and then move the car out of the way. I don't want this car to be here when he gets here, ideally. If it is, it is. But yeah, so it's looking quite good. It's looking quite good. So yeah, we'll get another coat on. We'll get it out of the way, and then we'll come back. Obviously, we'll be on this video. We'll come back and we'll give it some clear coat, polish it up, and yeah, that'll be it. Hopefully on that, and then I'm not sure when this wing's going to arrive, whether it's today or not. But when it does, we'll get it on, and we're getting there. We are getting there. It'd be nice to get this bit done, and then we can worry about the door. I haven't had a call back from that fella yet. He did say he'd call me in a couple of hours. He hasn't done yet. More than 2 hours has passed, I think. But hopefully he'll call me at some point, or he'll just turn up with it, one or the other. I don't mind which. I told him I'm here all day, so hopefully he'll just turn up. Yeah, looking good. Getting there. Be looking forward to getting this one done, actually. Right, morning. It's Monday morning. So not done anything more to this over the weekend. As you know, I don't work on the cars at the weekend normally. Just been protecting it from the rain and so on. So the bumper's looking all right now. I probably will put some lacquer on it, or I might get away with just polishing it up, but I think I probably will lacquer it. I have got a wing. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I've got one now. I managed to find one. No door. Let me just show you the wing. I've got lots of goodies in the garage that have arrived. So I've got a nice wing in colour, so that should match perfectly, hopefully. It's got a couple of tiny little scratches up here, but that's all right. We can soon get rid of those. Not a problem. We also have a white wing, this white wing, which is been delivered with that white door. So the white door is going to go on the car, and the blue door I'm going to take and try and see if I can get it repaired. And then obviously when they come back, I'll swap them over. While I was having a rooting around in the shed at the bottom of the garden, I came across this wing, which is still wrapped. So I must have bought this for a car and then never used it. I don't know what I paid for it. Might be an issue getting that bolt out, possibly. It's a bit rusty, but I'll soak that in plus gas before I try. It's still wrapped in the plastic, but as far as I can see, it's all right. But I've got this one, which, apart from being dirty, looks perfectly all right. Now this door is I think it's come off of a Sport, because it's got a nice luster, satin, not luster, satin finish handle on it. So I was going to use that on the white car, but I won't now, because, but I'll keep that because, you know, we often get Sports. If you remember the last time, the Sport, I ended up spending 50 odd quid on those covers because I couldn't get one of those because they were too expensive. So what we're going to do today, I'm only going to be working on the car for about an hour today because I've got work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the old wing off, the new wing, the brand new wing, put this on temporarily because on Wednesday I'll be taking the door off and changing the door. So I don't really want to. I want to try and get it lined up at the front a little bit permanently, but as far as backwards and forwards is concerned, that'll be done on Wednesday. So let's get on and get this wing off and offer this one up. And hopefully it'll match. I'm sure it will. They normally do when they come off of another car. I think it says on the back what it's come off of. 13 reg, yeah, so it's only come off of a car a year younger. So it should match fine. There you go. Perfect match, as they always are. So as I say, this is off of a car a year younger. And it matches perfectly. Also matches perfectly with the painted bumper. That's interesting, isn't it? So that wing didn't match, but that bumper does. That's really strange, isn't it? And the wing matches perfectly with the door. Absolute perfect match. This is one thing about this paint colour. If you can get one off of a car in colour, they do tend to match. It's just trying to match paint codes to it. So it's a real shame I can't get hold of a door. But you know, if they repair that door, then obviously they're not going to, probably not, I say obviously, they're probably not going to repaint the whole thing. They'll just repair it and then do the bit that needs doing. So I won't adjust that anymore for now, because I'll be doing the door on Wednesday. So I thought, just as I've got a little bit of time left today, I thought what I'd do is I'd do this aerial. I did attempt to drill it out, and it wasn't drilling very well, so I was putting more pressure on it, and the actual like whole centerpiece went inside. So it's a great hole, which is why it's got a bit of tape over it. So I thought, no, I know I've got one. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. If it's going to be the one with a white square connector, then I have got one. I'm pretty certain I've got one, because I bought one that I didn't use, I think, in the end. I'm not sure, so I need to check and then have a look and see which one I've got, because obviously if I haven't got one, I need to get one ordered. So I thought I might as well do that today. So I'm not going to film it, because I filmed it on the last car doing that, or one of the last cars. So we'll come back once, or at the very least, once we've got it out and identified which one it is. So be back shortly. There it is. As you can see, if you can see down there, not sure you can. The there's no thread there, it's pushed right through. It's not rattling, but as you can see, it's the square end one, which is the more modern one. I haven't got one. I thought I did have one, but I think I used it, because I think I bought two, bought the wrong one, but then had it spare when I did the last car. So I'm going to have to get one ordered, so it doesn't matter. Obviously I've got still got lots to do on this car, so I order it today. It'll come in a couple of days, I expect, and then we can get it on. As I say, not the end of the world. I'm just going to clean that up and then just put a bit of tape over there, keep the water out. At least it's partially another job done. Shame I didn't have one, but never mind. I'm not sure if it's showing up that clearly through the camera, but I've just cleaned up around where the aerial base is at. Look at the difference in the paint. I know you can see it. It's a lot worse. From what I can see, it's a lot worse in real life than it is on the camera. That's incredible. Look at how that is faded. So probably a good cut and polish would bring that all back to the correct colour. Wow, I might try and do that on a little bit of it at least. Just do this roof maybe to start with and see how it comes out. Well, I thought I'd just whip the door card off ready for Wednesday. So I'm running out of time now. I don't want to be changing the door now. I haven't got time. So obviously I'll just whip that panel off, disconnect the wires, or the plug, feed it through, and off it comes. And then we'll just swap it over for the time being until, it's a funny looking plane. Until such time as, hopefully I'm going to try a new body shop, obviously, as my current one has still got my Project Foxy since the 2nd of June, and today is the, 3rd of October. Not heard a peep from them. So yeah, we'll see if we can get it done for a decent price. I'm sort of hoping they can do it for £150, which would be about the price it would cost me for a new door if one was available, somewhere between 100 and 150. Although some people do take the mick and try and get more for it. There isn't one available anyway, so the only other alternative is get a white door painted, which will obviously probably be as much, if not more. And I'd rather get this one repaired, to be fair. But we'll see. We'll take it down Wednesday and see what we can get it done for, and hopefully leave it with them, and then within a couple of weeks get it back. So I will sign off for the time being, and we'll be back on Wednesday. Get this door off, get this wing finished, get the headlight in, get the bumper back on properly, clear coat that, and then that'll be the front. Oh, then we can, once we've got all that in position. Actually, no, we can't really get it in proper position. No, we can, of course. When we get the white door on, we can then get it in position, so we can get the front bit all finished, ready, get the arch liner on, etc., etc. And then we can start working on the other car as well. So I will see you in a couple of days. Yeah, time for work. Right, morning, welcome back yet again. Another day, 2 more days has passed. Work is out of the way for a couple of days, and we're now going to carry on and see if we can get this sort of finished today, at the front anyway. So the plan of action for today is to take that wing off again, take the door off, swap it over for the white door, put the wing back on, try and get it all lined up at the front properly, put the headlight in, put the bumper back in properly, buff up, paint, etc., whatever needs to be done down there, line up the wing based on the white door that I'm putting on. That way I know that is in the right place. We'll take the door down to a place, a body shop, and see if we can get a price for getting that repaired, and hopefully it'll be a decent price, and that'll be it for then. So that I'm going to do that all this morning, and that'll be in your video for tonight, as it's Wednesday today and Wednesday video is due, so we'll be adding this to the video. So with no further ado and no further waffling, let's get this done. See you on the other side. That's the door on. Doesn't it look beautiful in white? It's a shame it's not a blue one. It wasn't just a straight swap. Lines are all nice. Perfectamundo. It shuts with a bit of a clonk, but that's obviously just the position of the lock in relation to the striker plate, which of course I'm not going to touch because I know on that one it's all right. So otherwise, if I adjust it so this one shuts smoothly, then I'll have to adjust it again when I put it back on once it's been repaired. So that's pointless. So yeah, all the lines are good. So we know now we can line up this wing in the right place. So let's get that on. Well, to a degree, I'm not gonna bother filming that. I think we'll just come back once I've done it, because you've seen me put it. I've sort of had it on and off 4 times so far with the various wings. So yeah, I'm not going to bother doing that. So we'll get it on, and as we did on here, we'll just come back afterwards, and then hopefully it should all nicely line up. I can get this bit all sorted out, finalised. Get the headlight in. Obviously, I'll put the headlight in to make sure that it all everything lines up properly before we button up the wing, and that bracket as well may need to be adjusted. That bracket is going to need to be adjusted. Yeah, just in case there is any deformation in a wing, which you can't tell, as I say, because that's at an angle anyway. It's really difficult to tell. There's so many undulations in it. It's impossible to tell whether it's in the right place or not. So yeah, we'll we have already tried it, and it fits nicely. It's just a matter of a bit of jiggery pokery, my favourite expression, to try and get it exactly right, which we will no doubt do. So I'm going to do that now. See you in a bit. Right, check that out. Front's all done. Lights working, DRL's in. I've polished up all that. I've cut it and polished it all back. That blends in beautifully now, that bumper, where I repaired that. It's not a perfect repair. Could have been a slightly better, but paint finish and paint colour is spot on, I would say. It's nice and shiny, it's nice and smooth, it blends in with the wing. The new wing, obviously that's the replacement wing, not the one that I painted. That blends in nicely with the bonnet. Doesn't match the door very well, but hopefully it will do once the door's repaired. But yeah, it all looks good. I've got to put the arch liner on, and there's one more bolt that I've got to do on the wing, plus the one in the door shut, and the one that does the bumper to the wing. But I'll do that another time. There's no need to do that in a moment. Yeah, it's all looking absolutely marvellous. Really lines up nicely. Brand new headlight, so I'll probably. It's not actually, no, I will give that one a polish, because you can, it's not in bad condition, but because that's a brand new one, you can see the difference. So yeah, I will polish that up. The DRL was a new second-hand one that I had already. There obviously is a cost implication for that, and I have just been delivered actually, a couple of others, and I did get another one as well. When you see them for decent prices, I've got those two for 20 quid each, which is absolute bargain. The other one I paid £40 for, funnily enough, which I bought beforehand. But say that one. So what I'll do is I'll average that out at, let's say, 30 quid that I paid for that at some point. I may not have paid for it. In fact, you know what? It was probably free, because I haven't bought any DRLs for a long time. It was probably one that came on a bumper, a smashed up bumper probably, that I didn't need. So yeah, we won't even bother counting the cost of that when it goes to doing the total cost for the car. So it's all looking really good. Really pleased with it so far. Just got to get that door repaired now, get that on, clean it up, do the aerial. Job done. I haven't touched the seats or anything like that yet. That obviously needs to be done. But yeah, I think that's everything then. I don't think there's much else to do. Aerial, clean. I've got to sort those vents out, they're a bit broken, but again, you know, we'll sort that out at a later date. Brilliant, it's really good. Really, really good. So, that's the end of this video. You probably won't be seeing this for, well, I'm hoping a couple of weeks' time. I'll take that door down today somewhere, see if I can get a decent price. I'm hoping if I can get it repaired for £200 or less, I'll be happy. Hopefully it won't cost that much, but we'll take it down, see what they say, and then hopefully we'll leave it there, and within hopefully reasonable time, a couple of weeks, we'll get it back, we can get it on. In the meantime, obviously I've got this car to be getting on with, but I've still got bits and pieces to do on this, so I'll probably get those done. So when we come back with the door, get the door on, the car will be pretty much ready to go. Needs an MOT, it's a Cat S, so it needs to be MOT'd. Can't remember service-wise now, I need to look back. Can't remember if I got the service or whether it needs service or what, really can't remember. I need to look back at my paperwork and obviously my other videos as well. I lose track, service history, some with, some without, but I know it definitely is a Cat S, so it definitely, doing that, definitely needs an MOT before it goes. And the MOT's actually expired, I think it expired last month, so obviously it needs a new one. Anyway, thought someone was watching me then. Anyway, that's the end of this video. This is your Wednesday video, I've got to go and upload it now, so it's ready for this evening. And we'll carry on with the white one. So as always, if you're not a subscriber, please hit that button. We're almost at 6,000. We're about 50 or 60 away from 6,000. So if you're not a subscriber, and at least half of you aren't, please consider subscribing to the channel. Push those numbers up. Give us a thumbs up. That's important as well, to get the more thumbs up we get, the more other people get the videos suggested to them. The more views we get, the more subscribers we get, and so on and so forth. So yeah, please give us a thumbs up. Even if you don't subscribe, please give us a thumbs up on the video. So as always, until next time, thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.